From traditional fantasy dungeon crawls to hunting, cryptids, across the globe there are lots of games on the horizon for turn-based lovers to be excited about. In addition to titles approaching early access, this edition of Keep an Eye on It also features newly announced games whose development processes will be watching with keen interest. Let's go!
Greetings, traveler. We've been waiting.
This stylish strategy sim uses illustrations that look like they're torn straight from the pages of an old pulp horror comic to tell its story of spreading evil. Your job as master of the machine is to spread fear across the globe, deploying paranormal phenomena and inspiring humans to evil deeds. From urban legends made real to entirely unknown threats, players will have over 80 terrifying entities at their disposal.
Wealth.
Demo is available right now with the full game listed as coming soon. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see it in time for Halloween on Steam and GOG. World of Anterra's creators refer to it as Skyrim with pixel art on the game's Kickstarter page, and that's the best way to sum it up in a few words. It features a vast living world, all presented in style of a classic 16-bit JRPG. The storyline is not linear, so you can explore it at your own pace. World of Anterra has a few days left to go in its Kickstarter campaign and has already raised more than twice its original funding goal. There are still stretch goals left to unlock, so if this sounds like your kind of game, you still have time to support the developers. Underfoot Queens is like many other X-based 4X games. From your starting location, you'll slowly explore the map, gather resources to improve your kingdom and battle rivals. Where most games in the genre focus on grand cities, Underfoot Queens has a much smaller scale, putting players in charge of an ant colony. Ants are honestly perfect for the 4X genre, so any armchair entomologists would do well to keep a close eye on this one. Underfoot Queens does not yet have an official release date on Steam. In this exploration and survival RPG, players will need to get a small group of the living across the destroyed city of Riga, hoping to catch the last ferry away from the zombie-filled streets. Stories from the Outbreak features pixel art and animation to tell its story, and incidental conversations between your team's characters bring the setting to life. With over 20 types of zombies to face off against and other unknown dangers throughout the city, Stories of the Outbreak promises to be challenging. We'll be able to find out just how hard it is when it enters early access, though the date is still up in the air. On Steam. Those Who Rule takes place in a low fantasy world torn apart by constant conflict. With only a small squad of untrained soldiers to start with, you'll need to carefully plan your skirmishes to beat the odds and level up into proper fighters. The game's X-based combat prioritizes positioning above all else, with a favorable position minimizing the impact of random number generator. Your squad will uncover some dangerous secrets throughout your journey, and you may never quite know who to trust. The game's release date is yet to be determined, but players can request playtest access from the Those Who Rule Steam page. This indie title features a new take on fantasy RPGs. The main character Thyria can enter the dreams of others, casting out demons and lifting curses from within. As Thyria, you'll have to summon and command spirits with each dream realm to heal the people of a small village one by one. Each dreamscape is a procedurally generated map, and you'll need to track the passing of time to get in and out before encroaching nightmares become too powerful. As of right now, Thyria is expected to arrive by the end of 2022 on Steam. We don't expect to see Forgotten about Unbroken until late next year, but remember the name in the meantime, you're sure to hear about it again. Warsaw met XCOM in this World 2 tactical game where you lead a resistance group against Nazi occupation. Players will need to recruit and train soldiers, carry out operations to disrupt the enemy, and above all keep the location of the rebel bases secret. In addition to your regular soldiers, who will belong to one of the 6 classes, you'll also be able to fight alongside real-world heroes of the war.
We fight for freedom! Eat this!
A classic old-school fantasy RPG with dice-rolling mechanics straight from the tabletop, swords and adventures is about as fundamental as it gets. As an elf, barbarian or wizard, you'll take on fast-paced adventures that get straight to the point and are over quickly, either in victory or defeat. How many can you survive in a row? This remake of the original game is already available on itch.io and is coming to Steam on the 30th of September. This love letter to cosplay and conventions comes from Behold Studios, the same brilliant minds behind Chroma Squad. As a magical girl cosplayer, you'll wander a packed convention hall using different costumes to give yourself superpowers. Fight evil and ensure that everyone attending has a good time. Mao Senshi Cosplay Club is a story-driven RPG that focuses on letting players craft, mix and match costume combinations to develop their ultimate build. Fans of anime and conventions goers of all stripes should have fun with this one when it launches in 2023 on Steam. If you're tired of fantasy dungeons but are still looking to slay monsters in dangerous turn-based battles, Wayward Shadows could be the game for you. In this title by Turbulent Minds, you'll gather a team of monster hunters and journey across 1980s America, destroying the many deadly creatures that lurk in the shadows. Knowing what you're up against is key to survival, as each monster will require different weapons and abilities to be defeated. Hopefully, we'll see more of the game over the next year or so ahead of its 2023 launch on Steam. This video ends here. Let me know what you think about these games in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting me through all my pages. As always, thanks for watching. Ciao!